Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at a story that sounds shocking at first glance, but reveals a lot about how modern warfare has changed. The phrase 24/7 McDonald's operation isn't about humor. It's about speed, repetition, and industrial scale efficiency on the battlefield. Ukraine's war effort has evolved far beyond traditional front line clashes. What we're seeing now is a system designed to constantly find, track, and eliminate Russian forces with relentless consistency. Day and night, no pauses, no downtime. This shift didn't happen overnight. It's the result of hard lessons learned during the early phases of the invasion. Ukraine realized quickly that surviving wasn't enough. They needed to outthink, outadapt, and produce their enemy in terms of battlefield results. At the core of this transformation is intelligence. Not just classic intelligence, but real-time data flowing nonstop from drones, satellites, intercepted communications, and civilian reports. Everything feeds into one continuous loop. Drones are the eyes of this operation, small, cheap, and everywhere. They hover over roads, tree lines, trenches, and supply routes. Some watch, some guide, some strike directly. Once a Russian unit is spotted, the clock starts ticking. Coordinates are shared instantly. Artillery crews receive targeting data within minutes, sometimes seconds. There's no long chain of command slowing things down. This is where the McDonald's comparison comes in. It's standardized: spot, confirm, strike, assess, repeat, over and over again, the same process, refined to be as fast and reliable as possible. Russian forces often don't even realize they've been detected. By the time they do, it's usually too late. A drone adjusts artillery fire, a loitering munition dives. A precision strike lands exactly where it's needed. What makes this especially effective is scale. Ukraine doesn't rely on a single weapon or tactic. It uses many systems at once, all coordinated. FPV drones, tube artillery, HIMARS, mortars, and electronic warfare work together. This constant pressure wears Russian units down psychologically. There's no safe time, no safe place. Day or night, movement can mean death. Even stopping can be dangerous. Russian soldiers describe the front as a hunting ground. Ukrainian forces are the hunters. Russian troops feel like the prey. That fear changes behavior, and not in good ways. Supply convoys slow down or stop entirely. Units dig in deeper, but trenches don't help much against precision strikes. Commanders hesitate to move troops, which leads to stagnation. Ukraine takes advantage of that hesitation. Fixed positions become predictable. Predictability is deadly in a war dominated by drones and artillery. Another key factor is decentralization. Ukrainian units have significant autonomy. They don't wait for permission to act on obvious targets. Junior officers and drone operators can make real-time decisions. This flexibility contrasts sharply with the rigid Russian command structure. Russian units often wait for orders that come too late. By then, the situation has already changed. Technology alone isn't the whole story. Training matters just as much. Ukrainian forces have invested heavily in drone operator training, artillery coordination, and rapid communication. Many operators become specialists. Some focus only on tracking vehicles, others on hunting artillery, others on trench clearing. Each role feeds into the larger system. The result is constant attrition. Russian losses don't always come from massive battles. They come from dozens of small strikes every day. One truck here, one squad there, one command post gone. Individually, these losses might seem minor. Collectively, they're devastating. Over weeks and months, units shrink, morale collapses, and combat effectiveness disappears. Russia struggles to replace these losses at the same pace. Equipment can be replaced faster than trained personnel. Experienced soldiers are irreplaceable. and Ukraine knows this. That's why Ukrainian targeting often focuses on officers, drone teams, artillery crews, and logistics units. Removing these pieces cripples entire formations. Logistics is especially vulnerable. Fuel trucks, ammunition depots, and supply routes are prime targets. Without supplies, even large units become useless. Drones excel here. They can follow supply routes for hours, waiting for the right moment. One strike can halt resupply for days. Russian attempts to counter this have had limited success. Electronic warfare can jam drones, but Ukraine adapts quickly. Frequencies change. Backup systems kick in. When drones are jammed, artillery still works. When artillery is countered, drones strike. The system doesn't depend on a single tool. This redundancy is intentional. It ensures that the operation never stops. If one method fails, another takes over instantly. That's why it feels constant to Russian troops. There's no lull, no rotation where things quiet down. Pressure is applied continuously. The psychological impact is enormous. Soldiers report extreme stress, sleep deprivation, and paranoia. Every sound overhead could be a drone. Fear affects performance, mistakes increase, discipline breaks down, units become less effective even before they take physical losses. Ukraine understands that war isn't just about destroying equipment. It's about breaking the enemy's will to fight. Constant hunting does exactly that. Another advantage Ukraine has is local knowledge. They're fighting on their own land. Civilians often provide information about enemy movements. This human intelligence complements technical systems. A civilian report can cue a drone can confirm a target. Artillery finishes the job. Russian forces try to hide among civilian infrastructure, but this carries risks. Ukraine is cautious, but when targets are confirmed, strikes follow. The battlefield becomes transparent. There are fewer places to hide. Camouflage helps, but thermal cameras and persistent surveillance reduce its effectiveness. Even forests and trenches aren't safe anymore. Drones can drop grenades directly into foxholes. Precision munitions can collapse dugouts. This changes how soldiers behave. Traditional defensive positions lose value. Mobility becomes risky. Everything carries danger. Ukraine turns this chaos into an advantage. They force Russian units into impossible choices. Move and risk detection, or stay and get targeted anyway. The constant tempo also strains Russian command. Reports of losses pile up. Requests for reinforcements go unanswered. Commanders lose control. In some cases, entire units are rendered combat, ineffective without ever facing a large Ukrainian assault. They simply dissolve under pressure. This method is also cost-effective. Many Ukrainian drones cost far less than the equipment they destroy. A cheap FPV drone can eliminate a tank or artillery piece. That economic imbalance matters. Ukraine can sustain this style of warfare longer than Russia can sustain the losses it causes. Western support amplifies this effect. Precision weapons, training, and intelligence sharing improve accuracy and efficiency. But Ukraine's innovation is homegrown. Many drones are built locally. Software is adapted quickly. Lessons from the front spread fast. This rapid learning cycle is critical. Mistakes are analyzed. Tactics are refined. The system gets better every month. Russia, by contrast, struggles with adaptation. Bureaucracy slows change. Lessons learned on one front don't always reach others. That gap widens over time. Ukraine's 24/7 operation becomes smoother and deadlier. Russian countermeasures lag behind. This doesn't mean Ukraine faces no challenges. Ammunition shortages, manpower issues, and fatigue are real problems. But the hunting model helps offset some of these issues. It allows smaller forces to inflict disproportionate damage. Instead of large, risky offensives, Ukraine bleeds the enemy continuously. It's a war of exhaustion, fought with precision. The term McDonald's operation might sound casual, but it reflects something serious. War has become industrialized at the tactical level. Targets are processed like orders. Find, confirm, eliminate. The battlefield becomes a production line of destruction. For Russian soldiers on the receiving end, it feels relentless. For Ukrainian forces, it's a way to survive and fight back against a larger enemy. This approach also shapes the future of warfare. Other militaries are watching closely. The lessons here will influence conflicts for decades. Persistent surveillance, decentralized command, cheap precision weapons, and rapid decision-making are changing how wars are fought. Ukraine didn't choose this war, but it has adapted to it with remarkable speed, turning necessity into innovation. The result is a battlefield where time favors the hunter, not the hunted, where pressure never stops, where efficiency wins. And that's why this conflict looks less like traditional warfare and more like a continuous operation running around the clock. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to stay tuned for more deep dives into how modern conflicts are reshaping the world. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.